James, everyone's sitting available for this weekend?
Yeah, I think Scott said after the game, everyone's come out with a full bit of health, so it's been a good competitive training week.
Can you talk to me about what you've learned from the opening two games, particularly the England game? I suppose you would have put some of those issues to bed, but what are the key things you've been looking at this week?
Yeah, I think we're looking at growing our game across the course of the tournament, and we want to get better every week. Regardless of the opposition, and there's certainly some things we learned from Twickenham about starting fast. We had a great second half out of the game, but probably didn't quite get out of the box as we'd like to in the first half. So that was a real good learning, and you can see that from the learnings from that, they definitely got out of the blocks on Saturday against Italy. So that was a real good learning part. We're continually growing lots of different parts of our game model as well, which obviously is part of the team growing and getting better every week.
That second half didn't exactly go to plan. I suppose the foot was taken off the gas slightly. What are the things you've identified from that period of play?
I wouldn't say they took their foot off the gas at all. I'd say there was just a few little kind of some tiny errors coming in, which is completely understandable with how well the first half went. In scoring 45 points in the first half, it's just difficult to maintain that up. So I wouldn't say they took the foot off the gas, but there's definitely some learnings around game model, and then obviously which includes the wind. Because the wind was a factor in the game, and still playing well into the wind, which was a really good learning for the team as a game, and not specific to this week probably, but a really good long-term learning that when we're into the wind, how we can play and how we can change our game model a little bit when it's that challenge is thrown at us.
And defensively, what is this team's biggest strength?
I'd say I wouldn't say there was any one thing which you'd like to top, but hopefully you see the DNA of the team. They're super competitive, and they would drive wave after wave of pressure in loads of different areas of the game. So I wouldn't say one specific thing, but just that wave after wave of pressure that we want to generate.
And just finally for me, this game has been kind of built up to be somewhat of a revenge game after the disappointment at the World Cup last year. Has that been part of the messaging at all this week?
I think our primary focus is to get better each week on week. So growing our game, making sure that we're learning all the time is our most important thing, and our number one driver in everything we're doing. Obviously, we're human beings. We remember what happened last time, and it's obviously at the back of our minds, but at the forefront of what we're trying to do is to get better as a team week in, week out, and continue to grow as a team. And that's our primary focus. I think we probably won't be looking to replicate exactly what Wales do. We're kind of have our own game style and stuff, but we're looking to get out of the blocks. Definitely in the game, and do something like I said, we identified from the round one that we need to do better, and we did that really well last week. So that's certainly still a focus for us, getting out of the blocks and starting well.
And also, it must be pleasing that a lot of the errors that were in the England game, they seem to be fixed for the Italy game. Yeah,
I wouldn't say necessarily we've fixed stuff, but we've definitely grown and got better as a team and learned the things we learned from that game. You can see that we implemented and did really well in the training week, most importantly, which set us up for the weekend. And we're kind of getting into that same mindset now this week, right? What do we learn? How do we improve through the week? But also while we're preparing, specifically for the France, what the France propose against us.
And France, they've a really good power game. They've made a good few breaks last week. What are you expecting them from a defensive perspective?
But we expect exactly that. We just said you kind of give us the game model that France is going to throw at us. They've got a powerful forward pack with some dangerous runners, and their outside backs pose a real good challenge. They definitely come to every game to want to move the ball and play off the back of that power game. So it'll be a couple of threats that we've prepared for and we're aware of going into the weekend.
And it's obviously an incredible stadium to play in. Are you excited? Is the team excited to go there? It's going to be a cauldron.
Yeah, well, all of us, we can't wait. We're not apprehensive or worried about it. We're really looking forward to getting in that environment, and I've absolutely no doubt that the team will thrive in that environment and really kind of feed off the great atmosphere that it is when you go there. I'm fortunate enough to be there in the past as well myself, and I've really enjoyed that environment. So I have absolutely no doubt the players will as well.